So it's the start of day 22, I think, and should be a good day. It's Max Patch day. We're going over Max Patch. Hopefully it clears up before then, because it's supposed to be really nice views. Last night was pretty amazing, awesome. We all stayed up and watched King Kong versus Godzilla, thanks to Sasquatch setting up his phone as the AMC Groundhog Creek shelter. And that's where I stayed, the Groundhog Creek shelter. I think there were 7 of us in there, which was a little tight, but they made room for me. I was the last one, and it was good because it rained a lot last night. See, the trail's still wet. A bat showed up while we were watching the movie. It was flying around for a bit. That was kind of wild, like a foot over our heads. But I don't think it bit anyone and gave them rabies, so that's always a plus. But yeah, Max Patch in about 7 miles. Probably get there around 10. Rain is supposed to be done, except maybe some drizzle before 9, and I left at 8 if I didn't say that. And then I have to see how far I'm gonna go. There's a few options. One's a shelter at 13.2, which is a little short. All right, let me stop. And then there's some tent sites. And then there's a shelter around 23. And I may go to that. Or if I'm feeling really good, maybe I'll go all the way to Hot Springs, which is about 26 miles, which would be by far my biggest day so far. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I think I'll decide once I get to Max Patch, see what kind of time I'm making. And I'll get back to you and let you know. All right. Well, less than 2 miles from Max Patch, and as of right now, not looking good to get a view from Max Patch, but you never know. I'll just get there and find out, and I'll show you. Well, it's windy and it's cold because of the wind, but I made it to the top of Max Patch. There's only one reason you climb up here. It's for that beautiful view. Just look at that. 360 degrees. Absolutely gorgeous. But seriously, if I stayed up here another 2 hours, the fog would lift. But I just don't have the time or the body heat to do that. So that's Max Patch. Maybe I'll come back another time. There hasn't been too much trail for the last couple miles that hasn't been gnarly roots or rocks or muck that I'm trying to avoid, but finally got a chance to have a little bit of decent trail here so I can share the exciting news. I had a guy pass and he gave me those words that every thru hiker wants to hear. There's trail magic at the next gap. And he told me that probably a mile ago. He said it was about 2.5 miles. So I'm pumped. Got a little extra spring in my step, and I'm hoping it's good stuff, not some weird thing Like I've seen at some spots, but you never want to knock trail magic, even if it's a little weird, because these people are volunteering. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. How can you really complain about that, to be honest? All right, well, I will see what's there when I get there, but like I said, a little bit excited. I think the guy who said the trail magic was in 2.5 miles was being a little bit optimistic about the distance, but as long as he wasn't pulling my leg about the trail magic when I get there, I'll forgive him. But I did not stop to eat lunch because I got so excited. So I'm still headed that way. And also, I looked at the date, realized I started this off saying it was the 22nd day. It's actually the 23rd day. So I'm publishing a correction. All right, well, still headed for that trail magic. If nothing else, this guy made me hike twice as fast as I normally would for the last 3 to 4 miles. All right, I'll show you when I get there. Well, I got so excited about the trail magic, I forgot to film while I was there, but it was a very nice little spread. It was from Duckling's parents. Duckling's another through hiker out here. I was hiking with her for a day or two before I went to Gatlinburg. She's hiking with a whole group of people, aka a tramley. So her and her tramley, I think I was at the same shelter of them 2 nights before Gatlinburg, and then they stayed one shelter before me, and we all got to Clingman's Dome around the same time on that night. And then then I went into Gatlinburg, and I think a couple members of their tramley, which is called the Dirty Fun Traps, went into Gatlinburg, and the rest hiked on. But I guess at some point met up with her parents, and then her parents decided to do trail magic while she was out here hiking. So I had probably 3 Pepsis, some hummus, some tortilla, some Oreo cookies, an apple pie, some cashews. I mean, I really loaded up. I don't remember if I said, but I weighed myself at Standing Bear, and I was down 23 pounds in about 21 days. So I'm really gonna start focusing on making sure I get more calories. I mean, I still have another 25 pounds to lose before I have to worry about anything, but at that rate, you know, it's just too fast. So I'll try to lose weight a little slower. So maybe add bricks of cheese and olive oil and things like that to my diet, but certainly some nice high calorie junk food trail magic doesn't hurt. And so Duckling's family, really appreciate you. And now I'm just deciding where I want to go. I could go 10 miles to a shelter. It's about 2 o'clock, I think. So that would get me there pretty late, like 7. Or I could even hike all the way into town, which is about 14 miles. So I would get in really late. Or I saw a hostel, which I can call in about 7 miles, see if they have a bed. It was only $15 for a bunk, and they'll pick you up at the Gap in 7 miles. So I'll figure it out as I get down the trail and see how good a time I'm making. There's at least one more big hill, and yeah, I'll figure it out and let you know. All right.